Think about it, you and I, could we overstay in any house if we didn't pay rent? VVIP squatters of this country, let's bring you some of the big names. Ashwini Kumar, former Minister of Law, still a Rajya Sabha MP, he lives in 18 Ashoka Road. He is not entitled anymore to that size bungalow of the Congress party. Remember, he's occupying a ministerial bungalow now for 29 months. Rajiv Shukla, the ever-present Rajiv Shukla, IPL chairman and in many other roles. 5 Safdarjung Road, he's a former MOS planning, again Congress party. He's also been overstaying for 17 months. Jyotiraditya Scindia is also on the list. 27 Safdarjung Road, he's occupying a ministerial bungalow which he's not entitled to according to the Urban Development Ministry. Vailar Ravi, 17 Safdarjung Road, former Science and Technology Minister, occupying a ministerial bungalow again for 17 months. K.H. Muniappa, Lok Sabha MP, again Congress, again occupying a ministerial bungalow for 17 months. So the Congress MPs who are overstaying after they have lost power is the list we are bringing you at the moment. Joining me now is Vivek Narayan Mishra, he's the lawyer of former MOS Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Also joining me, Tom Vadakan, spokesperson of the Congress. Prashant Bhushan, advocate Supreme Court, will join us. Sambit Patra is the national spokesperson of the BJP. Sambit, appreciate your joining us. Shailesh Gandhi is former Information Commissioner and RTI activist. Let's get this straight first from you, sir. I want to know from you, Vivek Narayanji, why is your client now claiming vendetta? I overstay in my house, you call it vendetta? Is that an excuse that you can give and suddenly say, why am I being evicted?
See, this is what the perception has been spread out. It is a vendetta for the reason that my client had not been allotted the flat or bungalow earlier. When he was allotted the bungalow, in fact, the oath of the ministers took place somewhere in the last week of May 2014.
Yes.
13th May 2014, my client got a letter for eviction. By then, House Committee had not been formed. When the House Committee was formed, my client immediately gave a letter so that alternate accommodation could be provided to him. After that letter, 14th November 2014, my client was served with a notice of eviction.
Yes.
Eviction order was passed. At the same time, on 15th December 2014, the parliamentary speech, Honorable Minister Venkaiah Naidu stated that the ministers who were earlier, the former ministers who are now members of the this Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, their cases would be dealt in with on a separate footing. So there was in fact no coordination between the House Committee and the Department of Estate.
Sir, I am served an eviction notice on 14 November 2014. We are now in February 2016. Isn't propriety demand that I leave? Why are you battling it out whether I get another accommodation or not? Isn't it basic responsibility of a member of parliament to leave the bungalow that he is no longer entitled to?
Understand it, please. Every member of parliament is entitled to alternate accommodation.
Yes.
Being a MOS being a union minister in the earlier government, after the new government formed, he was entitled to a new bungalow when he became member of parliament.
Yes.
So when he was not given that alternate bungalow, so where would he vacate?
Okay,
he
so
wrote a letter to the government.
You are saying that because he was not given an alternative house, alternative bungalow, therefore he had no choice but to stay where he had to.
The story does not end here. The story is when he was given an alternative accommodation, or he was offered accommodation in January 2015, the house was already given to somebody else. And after giving to somebody else, somebody was already residing in that bungalow.
So you are blaming the government for lack of coordination.
Not only this.
No, 1 minute.
Yes.
You are making a very strong case, but I want to take it beyond Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, because the fact is, Tom Vadakan. Let's be on a matter of principle. It's not just Tom Vadakan, Rajiv Shukla, Ashwini Kumar, Jyotiraditya Scindia. These are all senior ministers. These are all Vailar Ravi. Why overstay in a bungalow? Why not just give it up? What is it? What is this attraction to stay in the same house, which you are not entitled to?
Rajdeep, let's be candid. I mean, I think the lawyer has presented his case. Now, when that issue is focused, he was supposed to be given an alternative accommodation which was not available. Has to be a level playing field. I agree, there is a committee that looks into all this.
Yes.
But then such kind of eviction, throwing his luggage out, throwing his furniture out, you see, there is a human aspect to it. He is a sitting member of parliament.
Yes.
Now there are cases, let me tell you, you walk down any of the houses,
yes,
the VP house flats, I'll tell you about 10 people who are not MLAs, MPs or anything, who are letters from the Prime Minister's office and have been given accommodation.
From Narendra Modi's office, you are saying? Is
Yes.
that what you are saying? But is that not true when the Congress was in power? Is this only happening? Let's be clear.
No,
There
let's
are
so
squatter
I'm
MPs,
saying, Rajdeep,
Yes.
let there be a level playing field, a human factor.
What is the
there.
level playing field?
Level playing field, play according to the rules of the book.
The rules of the book is that previous government, previous government had squatters, so this government will have squatters.
Razi, no, that's not the issue.
That's not the issue. No, 1 minute.
yeah.
1 minute, because Sambit Patra, level playing field is the word which Tom Vadakan is using. I want to get it very clear. I am now told, our investigations have shown that Shahnawaz Hussain, who lost the elections in 2014, is staying in a BJP MP's bungalow. The fact is, the problem at the moment is that there are BJP MPs also in the past who have overstayed. Now the Congress MPs have decided to overstay when they have lost an election. Is this the level playing field of this country?
Rajdeep, before I answer the specific question that you have put me, certain things that the lawyer of Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has put in has to be demolished right now over here.
Yes.
Because these are legal issues.
Yes.
Number one, let me begin in a retrospective manner. That is on 1st of February, only about day before yesterday, when the High Court was hearing the case for the final time. What the High Court said is absolutely interesting. The High Court questioned the director of estate and he asked him as to why Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has not been evicted from this campus as yet, even after 19 months of staying extra in the campus. I mean, the High Court went to the extent of asking the director of estate that, and I quote,
yes,
it seems that you are hand in glove with the petitioner and you are helping him. That is the extent to which the High Court went as to why Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has not been evicted as yet. Because on 3rd November 2015, the High Court was extremely clear, and I have the verdict of the High Court. The lawyer is present over here. The lawyer should confirm. In fact, in the presence of the judge, Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary had agreed that he would shift himself to C1/4 Humayun Road, which was offered to him. That bungalow in fact was an independent bungalow, a type 6 bungalow, which has been examined by the CPWD, which was examined by the secretariat of the speaker as well.
Let him quickly respond to this. Let him quickly respond one last time to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, because it's not just Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary I want to focus on today, but quickly respond to the point. Your client was told very clearly that he has to follow the eviction notice. He was being offered an alternative bungalow.
Not as if my client was offered bungalow from them. I made a petition because they were not giving me alternate accommodation. This was my petition. On my petition, my High Court had intervened and given an order in my favor, because they were not doing it.
There was an eviction notice served on your client or not?
More so. One important aspect has to be seen. They had undertaken that they would necessarily give me the refurbishment in the house. Today I got the allotment letter. The allotment letter says that the house cannot be made ready before 7 days. This is the letter. This is very interesting.
Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong.
No. This is not wrong.
He's a lawyer. He should just... Sir, you are a lawyer.
I am showing it.
One by one.
I want you on the show over here. One by one. Yes.
These are the lines.
Sir, I have the tape.
This letter is issued today.
Sir, just a second, sir.
Yes.
Just a second, sir. 7th of January 2016, the Lok Sabha Secretariat addressed a letter with the approval of the Chairperson House Committee, Lok Sabha, to inspect the bungalow number C1/4, Humayun Road on 8th January 2016, jointly by officials of Lok Sabha Secretariat, Director of Estate and CPWD. That has been reviewed and the house is found to be habitable on 7th of January 2016.
Yes.
This was already achieved.
Now look at this letter. This is issued today. It says it is not habitable. Whether immediately habitable? No. If no, the time required for making it habitable, 7 days.
No, my point. No, 1 minute. We are sir, Mr.
My point.
Sir. The fact is that the government was elected in May 2014. We are now in February of 2016, 20 months later. Now you are, no, the point is that if Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, should an MP not take the responsibility to evict a ministerial bungalow?
That is the wrong perception that is being spread
No, you are
here.
saying it is the responsibility of the government to give him an alternative accommodation.
Yes.
To give him an alternative,
yes,
before he moves out of a ministerial bungalow. You are saying,
isn't
you are
the member of parliament entitled to something?
He is entitled to it. Okay. Sambit Patra, respond to that. Are we now reaching a situation where you have targeted...
Yes, I'm going to respond.
No, 1 minute. Some are saying Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has been targeted because he's the softest target. You have not touched so far all the other. Rajiv Shukla, not touched. Ashwini Kumar, not touched. Jyotiraditya Scindia, not touched. Are you going for the softest target to evict? The fact is, all these individuals, the government system should be that if your government loses within 1 week, you should have worked out a system where everyone is asked to go. Why has only Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary been singled out? Is a question some are asking now.
And why not Shahnawaz Hussain has been taken
why
out?
not Shahnawaz Hussain? 1 minute. Why not Shahnawaz Hussain, who has lost the election and is staying in a BJP MP's bungalow? Please tell me, how is Shahnawaz Hussain not a squatter? Is Shahnawaz Hussain not a squatter?
I will answer one by one all the questions. Number one, let me first debunk the falsity proposed by the lawyer over here. On 3 occasions, 3 accommodations were offered to Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. 22nd January 2015, C1 by 99 Moti Bagh, which was refused by Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary because he felt that he should not be shifting to this particular bungalow. Secondly, you have already answered to the High Court, sir. The High Court has refused your answers.
No, High Court has not refused my answer. High Court has only not accepted that
one by one, please,
just a second.
Don't quote me wrong.
No, one by one.
See, just a second.
Yes.
C1 by 77 Moti Bagh, second occasion. And third, on the floor of the court, your client, Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, agreed to shift to the Humayun Road bungalow, which he did not. And that's the reason as to why, in fact, the court came down heavily on the director estate.
Sorry, you are missing some point. You are missing some point. My client gave representations. There were not 1 or 2 or 3. There were 4 representations which are lying with the House Committee chairman. And he did not respond to it at all.
You have lost
1 minute now. Now, Sambit.
You have lost the case in the High Court.
Sambit, just a minute. No, 1 minute, sir. Sir, 1 minute. Sambit, our viewers may get confused now on this. We've heard of Adhir Ranjan. I want to broaden it. And before I bring in Shailesh Gandhi and Prashant Bhushan, I want a word from you, Sambit. Is it not true that MPs from your party also who have lost the elections are staying in government bungalows? Is that not true? I've given you the example again and again of Shahnawaz Hussain. You are avoiding mentioning it in any form. Is it true or not true?
The bungalow, I'll mention every case, sir. I'm not running away from any case. The bungalow which you are talking is Shahnawaz's bungalow is allotted to one Mr. Yadav, who is a member of parliament.
So he has
not Mr. Shahnawaz.
So you have subleased it? That's not supposed to be done. It's against the law. You cannot have Shahnawaz Hussain staying as a tenant in a government bungalow.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I know Mr. Shahnawaz is not staying there. He may be staying in the guest accommodation. He may be staying in the servant outlet, but not in the bungalow, which is allotted to Mr. Yadav.
Servant outlet? Come on.
Yes.
Okay.
They are also.
Okay, hold on.
No, please don't interrupt. Outlets.
Okay, just a minute. I'm coming back to you, Sambit. Just a minute. I've got 2 very distinguished guests who I want to bring in for a comment each. Shailesh Gandhi, you are a former information commissioner, right to information activists. For years, RTIs have been brought out about overstaying MPs. Why don't these MPs, you believe, vacate? From your experience, why is it that even an RTI does not shame them to actually leave their bungalows?
I think it is because they are shameless. I'm really sad to hear Congress as well as BJP talking about this whole issue. Mr. Patra also says, because a court told us, we are asking this man to leave. Don't they understand what is law? Don't they understand what is rules? Or is this a cozy relationship between everyone who's corrupt and wants to break the law, wants to ensure that nothing will be done? As a matter of record, I retired on a particular day, and the next day I had vacated my government accommodation because that is the right thing to do. Yet the government allows 2 months as a rule. Everyone knows this rule, and yet the fact that none of them vacated shows they are a poor set of squatters. Even people in slums behave better than this, and I think they don't have a sense of shame. If they have a sense of shame, they would not do this. And Mr. Venkaiah Naidu's example was given.
Right.
I noticed Mr. Sambit Patra didn't even mention about it. And both the Congress and BJP are showing that they will break the law and they don't care. They have no sense of shame. I'm very sorry, but this is actually
I want to
hurting me.
answer this.
It is a very painful
Okay,
act.
1 minute, Sambit, I'll let you respond. Prashant Bhushan, you know, it's very interesting. Your father, Shanti Bhushan, last year said that all bungalows in Latian zone should be converted into hospitals and schools. Now that clearly is not going to work, is it? Are you telling me that lawmakers, ministers should look for their own private accommodation, that they cannot get government accommodation? Is there a shortage of government accommodation at the end of the day?
Well, firstly, this problem has become a huge disease actually, which afflicts virtually all the major political parties. This problem of overstaying and trying to grab more than or a bungalow higher than what is due to you, etc., etc. See, the time has come for us to seriously think whether we need to offer official bungalows and accommodation, or whether we can offer rent instead of an official bungalow. These Lutyens bungalows, zone bungalows of 4 acres, etc., this is absolutely obscene. This has to be, this is a colonial legacy, this has to be done away with. We need, if at all, we can offer flats, the government can offer flats to these people, then this whole business of overstaying, etc., is going to stop.
So you're saying, that's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. You're saying get rid of the bungalows and give them flats. Let them stay in flats. Is that what you're saying? At least MPs, but ministers will say for security reasons they need these large bungalows. That for security reasons a minister needs a large bungalow.
That's all nonsense. There is no such security reason for staying in large bungalows, etc. They can be given much smaller flats.
Right.
They don't need, certainly don't need 4-acre bungalows, etc. And in most cases, I feel that they should just be given a sort of healthy house rent allowance and let them find their own accommodation. Most of them have already been living in houses.
That's an interesting point.
They can be offered some transit accommodation. Yeah.
You know, it's not just transit accommodation. Let me give you the example. Are you telling me, Mr. Tom Vadakan, that Ashwini Kumar, who's a senior Supreme Court lawyer, has his own house in Friends Colony? Does he need the ministerial bungalow which he's staying for 17 months? Let's be clear. Mr. Rajiv Shukla, who runs a big television network, can he not afford to stay in his own house? Why does he need to stay in the ministerial bungalow after he has lost the election? What is going on? This is a mindset. You are living like Rajas and Maharajas. This is a colonial mindset.
Rajdeep, if you're finished, let me...
Yes, I'm angry with what you are saying.
I want to ask you, what is the address of the Bharatiya Janata Party president? Come on. You start from the beginning. You have a ruling party which is consciously saying that yes, all of them must vacate, they're thrown out. You go into VP house and locate some of the people. Most of them are PMO letter representatives.
No, that point you made. Now what are you saying about BJP president?
Where is he staying?
He's staying in a government bungalow.
Under what circumstances?
You are saying he's not entitled to the type of bungalow that he has been given.
Precisely.
That's what you are saying.
Not that.
So because they do it, why should your minister do it? What is this logic? I asked you a question of Ashwini Kumar. You are bringing in Amit Shah.
It's a balancing issue.
No, I'm not.
You have to have a level
Can I
playing.
No, sir.
No, you can't play
Will you tell that to slum dwellers? Will you tell that to slum dwellers? Will you tell it to slum dwellers?
Rajdeep, you have to have a level
to be set
playing
straight.
field.
Will you tell a slum dweller you should have a level playing field?
Why do you have a team which plays favorites?
I'm sorry,
don't
sir.
have any favorites. Let the law be equal for everybody. Why should there be favorites? That's the issue I'm talking about. Why play favorites?
No, sir. As Shailesh Gandhi has said, there is an element of shamelessness, I'm afraid, when you say there should be a level playing field when it comes to people who have overstayed their welcome in their bungalows. That's all I'm saying.
You charge market rate, but you can't arbitrarily throw a member of parliament, sitting member of parliament, luggage and furniture out.
Please allow me.
1 minute.
Some discretionary powers exist. And why can't they use them?
Sambit, I'm going to give you a final word, but before that, Shailesh Gandhi, you wanted to make a point here. Please go on.
What is being sought and what is being pleaded for and argued is that there should be a level playing field for thieves and those who break the laws. And this is very sad.
Harsh words. They're not thieves.
None of these
They are
people
people's
seem to realize the
representatives.
gravity
Whoever you
of
may
what
be,
they are saying.
you can't call members.
Yeah, okay.
Thieves.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. It's a privilege issue.
Okay,
Rajdeep.
So, okay, we have used the word squatter. Are you okay with the word squatter? No, are you okay with the word squatter?
Well, I have no problem with the squatter, but thieves.
Okay,
sorry.
Okay,
You can't do this.
Okay,
You can't come into public domain and call members of parliament thieves. I'm sorry.
Okay. You made your point, and I think there's a valid thing. Let's not call them thieves. We are calling them squatters. But Sambit Patra. Yes. What's the point you want to make, Prashant?
I concede.
Can I please come in, Rajdeep? Rajdeep, the BJP president's name has been dragged. I really have to come in over here.
Issue.
Yes. Okay. Let me bring in Sambit Patra. You're saying you're upset.
Hilarious.
Sambit, you're upset with the fact that the BJP president has been dragged in. According to Tom Vadakan, he's staying in a bungalow that he's not entitled to, a type 7 bungalow, presumably, with a large lawn.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Tom Vadakam should have gone through the director estate's principles as to how the quarters are allotted. He is the party president. Just as Sonia Gandhi ji is entitled to a type 8 bungalow, our party president is at least entitled to a type 7 bungalow. We all know she is our majestic queen. But if the queen is entitled to type 8 bungalow, being the president of your party, our president, our poor humble president, is at least entitled to type 7 bungalow. Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, I don't know what they are, but they are all squatters on type 8 bungalows.
This is
every member of parliament is not.
Every member of parliament
is not entitled, sir. Every member of parliament is not entitled. I'll tell you, VP House.
Yes, where are you speaking from? You're speaking from VP House. What is your entitlement for this?
I'm telling you.
No, are you saying Sambit is staying in a place he's not entitled to?
Of course I am.
Yes,
he's saying you are staying in a place you are not entitled to.
I'm telling you how I'm entitled to, sir. Every member of parliament is entitled to a guest accommodation in VP House, which the organization can keep. 10 of them the organization can keep, and the organization can allot to the people who are working for the organization. Rather, 30 of them were allotted to the Congress people. They're still squatting over here. Get your men removed from the VP House, sir. Get your men removed, because this gundaism of entitlement of the Congress party has still not come to an end.
When I talk about level playing field,
let's leave it.
Dr. Patra, you're speaking from not a position of allocation.
Okay, I'm going to leave it.
The law must be equal for everybody.
Sir, I'm going to leave it.
The court has already spoken about it, sir. The court has already spoken about it.
I have been desperately trying to not make this program every night, at least as far as possible, a shouting match on some issues. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. But I'm just going to say this to our viewers. Think about the millions of Indians who are homeless. And when millions are homeless, should our MPs be battling out what type of bungalow they should be getting, particularly after they lose an election? Should they retain their ministerial bungalows? This is for you to decide. Should they be called thieves? Perhaps not. Should they be called squatters? Perhaps yes. And that's really the tragedy of this country. They are our new political masters. You are our new colonial Rajas, so you can stay in these large bungalows. Thank you very much for joining us, Tom Vadakan. Cool down, I'll give you some water.
Thank you.
And
Patra needs it.
Mr. Patra also needs some water today.
No, I don't need water. Truth does not need water. Truth is by nectar.
Truth is by nectar, okay.
Oh, well.
Prashant Bhushan, Shailesh Gandhi, thank you very much also for joining us. We need solutions. Maybe next time we are going to get you in solutions. We need solutions. What are we going to do with Lathians bungalows in this country to our new Maharajas? Let's take a break. Coming up next.
Breaking news coming in this afternoon. First formal meeting between PDP and BJP over government formation in Jammu and Kashmir. BJP leader and former Deputy Chief Minister Nirmal Singh has called on PDP chief.
केजरीवाल मोटर चली पम